Well, we did it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cards and Coffee. I'm super glad you're here. This is episode 8 for us now, and a big moment in Reloaded history happened last episode. I completed the series' first ever hat trick, the 3 in a row. I just know there's people all over the world that are applauding for me right now. Okay, probably not. While it's really not that big a deal, I am very glad to be able to claim this series' first hat trick, snagging 3 games in a row from Ricardo with a deck that I think is just getting more and more insane as we go. Last episode was really insane. Pharaonic Guardian introduced so many amazing cards. It's going to be hard for either of us not to pull amazing. And when it was all said and done, the card pool I got, I was very happy with. It was almost impossible for Ricardo or I to open bad, honestly. This week's episode, it's going to be the opposite. Magician's Force has amazing cards in it, but let's be real, most of it is in high rarity slots. The big two being Tribe Infecting Virus and Breaker the Magical Warrior. One's a super rare, so hopefully we can bag that one, but Breaker's an ultra, so the likelihood of getting that card is really low. Outside of that, there really isn't that much going on with this set. There's a couple rares that I have my eyes on, but outside of that, this set's pretty lackluster. But I will say, anybody who can snag any of these high rarity cards is definitely going to have a big advantage going into this week's episode. Even though our decks already are super tight on space, being able to fit 1 or 2 extra cards in there is obviously going to help push our decks to the next level. I'm really curious to see what Ricardo does this week. He's gonna have a second starter deck at his disposal, and he decided to double up on Joey. Part of me was a little surprised. I thought maybe he'd want generic draw power with Graceful Charity. But I guess to him, having access to multiple scapegoats was more important down the line, even though there's going to be moments in the history where he's going to be stuck only playing 1. So I'm very curious how Ricardo is going to navigate his deck building in the foreseeable future. He does have a 3rd Magician of Faith, which makes for some insane recovery plays with all his spell cards, so I gotta keep that in mind when building my deck. But in all honesty, even though this set is a little lackluster, I'm always looking forward to cracking open the next set. So before we do that, we're gonna hop to the wheel, and then of course Ricardo's gotta do his as well. There's a lot of amazing cards from last set, so we'll see how lucky we get. I'm really hoping for a rare, oddly enough, which kinda sucks because I have the winner's wheel, but I'm sure whatever I hit, I'll find something at some rarity. So before we spin our wheel, I'm going to pass it to Ricardo so he can spin his. But first, as always, guys, please go grab yourself a cup of coffee or something. That way you guys can sit down and tune in. Thanks, guys.
Of all the ways to fall victim to the first hat trick in the series, Yatagarasu has got to be the most annoying, humiliating, and overall salt-inducing way for it to happen. Was my deck good? The world will never know. On the bright side, I did get a second starter deck Joey out of it. So I have a playset of Magician of Faith, I have a second Scapegoat, a second Penguin Soldier. So as much as things may have hurt, there was some good to come out of it. As we head closer and closer to the GOAT format, those are all going to be important cards. Really, all I'm missing is the stuff from Invasion of Chaos. So I think I'm going to be okay in the future. The problem is this next set is not going to give a lot in terms of either me or Justin. There are definitely a couple broken cards in this set, don't get me wrong. There's one that I'm thinking of that's pretty scary, and I do not want to see Magical Scientist in this series. But I'm thinking ahead to Magician's Force, and I still got to spin this wheel. So let's see what I get out of Pharaonic Guardian one last time. I'm not really sure what I want for any of these rarities. Just hoping it's not a common, but I will be pulling an ultra, baby. The wheels have been good to me. It's gonna be a sad day when I get a common. Okay, so here's the options here. We got Donzalug, we got Fusion Rich, and that's about it, really. So let's look at these bad boys here. So Fusion Rich, you can't be normal summoner set, especially summon by attributing 1 Great Dizard. So already, this is Garbo to me. Rope of Life could be cool, but discarding my entire hand, I don't know about that. And Nightmare Wheel. Nightmare Wheel's not bad. I mean, it's a better Spellbinding Circle. But no. It really just comes down to the boy. Some pretty hefty competition there for Dawn, but I think the choice is obvious. we're picking up Donzalug. Would have been nice to get a Lava Golem or something, but can't complain with the Donzalug, especially, like I said, heading into GOAT format.
Alright guys, we're here at the winner's wheel. I'm actually hoping for rare, which is a little unfortunate this week because, well, the winner's wheel isn't very likely to hit rare. But either way, no matter what we hit, there's definitely a card in every rarity that I'm dying to add to my collection. So we'll see how lucky I get this episode, and hopefully it's something good. Okay, super. Not too bad. Alright, so hopping over to Pharaonic Guardian, there's a few super rares that are pretty good. I could double up on Sasuke Samurai, which honestly, the more and more I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I didn't main it last episode. This card on paper just sounds really insane, so I might have to move it to the main this week. After that, there's also Book of Life. I really didn't hit any zombie support, so grabbing this would be very risky because the likelihood of me hitting zombies in the future is really low. Luckily, after that, we do already have a Mirage of Nightmare, so that's pretty insane. So I get to skip that. Reaper of Nightmare is another card that's kind of got my eye. Since I don't have Spirit Reaper, this card technically does the same thing. I do have Metamorphosis, and my Thunder Dragons are level 5. And honestly, Thunder Dragons hit the field a couple times in this series already. So having something like this actually wouldn't be that bad in all honesty. But in the end, honestly, I feel like I'm gonna go with Necro Valley. I know I only pulled one Terraforming, but this card is just a pseudo Floodgate card for future formats. And honestly, way down the line, we also get Gravekeeper's Commandant. So I don't know if it'll ever come up, but I definitely think it'd be a good card to add to the collection for future episodes. Like I said, I could grab another Sasuke Samurai, but all in all, Necro Valley feels like the right move. So that's what I'm gonna do. Locking it in. Necro Valley added to the collection.
So Magician's Force is a set that definitely happened. There are some really powerful cards in this set. Of course, Magical Scientist is probably the scariest card in this set, and as a common, I'm sure it'll see play. But the big cards for me are gonna be Breaker the Magical Warrior and Tribe Infecting Virus. Unfortunately, they're both gonna be really hard to hit. This set has a lot of jank. It's got the Amazon cards, it's got a lot of really bad spell counter cards. There is some good. There's My Body as a Shield, there's Kaiser Coliseum. Really, the only way we're gonna see what's gonna happen here is by opening these packs. So here we go, pack number 1. So I got Old Vindictive, and I got a lot of trash. That's how that went. Pack number 2, we've got My Body as a Shield, Poison, Thunder of Ruler, Kaiser, and Big Bang. A pretty good pack, not gonna lie. Probably the best I could ask for coming out of this set. I have so many Big Bang shots from opening Sony Magician's Force. I think I talked about it in an earlier episode, but Dark Paladin was my favorite monster of this era. So I opened a ton of Magician's Force hoping to pull him, and I didn't pull him until after the Duel Master's Guide came out that gave you a free Dark Paladin. So I was butthurt. But here I got another body, and I got a Magical Scientist and a cute little Duskwalla. I don't want to see Magical Scientist see play in this series, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
Alright guys, Magician's Force, super excited. The set that released Dark Magician Girl, the original waifu. I know Rey is bae, but Dark Magician Girl, well, she's the OG. But in all honesty, this set doesn't really have that many cards that are crazy, but there are definitely a few monsters that would be really great to add to the main deck. So I'm hoping to at least get a couple of them. The deck already feels really good, so I'm curious what Ricardo's going to do. I guess it depends on how well he pulls, but last set just changed our decks so much. So going forward, honestly, anything can happen. So here we go. 24 packs of Magician Force. My fingers are crossed. Obviously, Breaker would be great. Tribe Infecting Virus. Old Vindicted and Apprentice Magician would be really cool. So we'll see if we get lucky with that. But first pack. Okay. My Body as a Shield is one of my favorite quick play spells. Many a regional top with this card. I'm glad I get to add it. Dark Core is pretty cool. If the format calls for banishing monsters, I could see myself maybe playing this. And then there's Thunder of Ruler. This is a pretty cool card. Just another card to just kind of stall the game. I don't know if I'm going to play it or not, but having it is pretty cool. Okay, this is a funny pack. Big Bang Shot. There was many an OTK with this, but other than that, honestly, this pack is kind of lackluster. Oh, okay, I totally forgot about these cards. I'm not going to lie. Giant Orc, another great beater to add to the deck. A 2200 that changes himself to defense. Not quite as good as Goblin Attack Force, but it's a common, so it's super easy to pull. It actually wouldn't shock me to see Ricardo go this route because he saw all the beaters I've been playing recently. But Magical Merchant is also a really good flip effect monster. I don't have multiple Magician of Faiths like Ricardo does, so maybe adding this to the main deck would help.
Alright, so we got Apprentice Magician, which is good, alongside the Old Vindictives. Nothing much else in that set. Alright, here we got Magical Marionette, which is pretty nice. It's a level 5, meaning it's a target for Dark Balter and Metamorphosis. And it's got the effect to increase its own attack. So I think Magical Marionette's going to have to be added to the deck. It's just nice to have power on our side. Pretty situational, though. Kaiser Coliseum is nice to see. I think my best strategy is just going to be to force Justin like a one-on-one beat sticks kind of deal, but we'll see what happens there. Another Old Vindictive, another Kaiser, another Magical Scientist, and a bunch of trash. Alright. I got Breaker. I'm good. That to me is the one card I wanted more than anything out of this set, and I got it. Tribe Infecting is great, don't get me wrong. And if I pull one, I'll be happy with it. But I have Regeki, I have Dark Hole. It's good to have, but between it and Breaker, Breaker is the better choice. So the rest of the set really doesn't matter to me right now, unless I can pull Dark Paladin for Metamorphosis purposes. Oh man, I gotta find a level 8 now. Okay.
Okay, Rivalry of Warlords. I hope I get a few of these because in the future I could see this card being insane. Oh. Okay. Ooh, okay. I just realized this. Old Vindictive Magician. Common, so it should be easy to pull, but this in conjunction with Apprentice Magician would actually be really good. Super rare Skilled Magician. Pretty useless, honestly, but another Rivalry. Alright, cool. This is an awesome pack because it has Apprentice Magician as a rare. I'm hoping to hit like one more if I can. I've already got the Old Vindicted and I have a Magician of Faith, so this is super awesome. And a second Giant Orc. Alright, next pack. Oh, wow. This is a pack. Magical Scientist, which is an insane card, which I honestly am probably going to play. And the second Apprentice Magician. Super happy about the Magician, honestly, because now I can play 2 of it alongside the Old Vindicted and the 1 Magician of Faith. Magical Scientist, if you're following Cimoooooooo's progression series, they have banned this card. So I really guess it'll depend what our card pool brings to us, if we could really even abuse this card. But I can already tell right off the bat, I have a couple of extra deck monsters that I would not mind bringing out. I'm not sure how relevant it'll be right now, but I mean, who knows? This card is really insane.
Okay, so we got Paladin and Breaker. I mean, I'm pretty happy. I got my favorite monster from the Duel Monsters era. I got Breaker, the Magical Warrior. I think I got like a playset of Old Vindictives now. If I could get some Apprentice Magicians, those would be appreciated. Another Body of the Shield. I think, is that my 3rd one or my 2nd one? I don't remember. Nothing really good here. Chick the Yellow is pretty cool. I like Chick the Yellow. Part of my deck back in the playground days. Giant Orc, that's the homie. Searchable via Witch, 22 attack. He gets over Zombira. He gets over a lot of things. Pretty much the only level 4s he's not getting over, like Jiragumo and Goblin Attack Force. So we'll see. Skill Drain comes out next set, so Giant Orc might see some play. Next up we got Apprentice Magician, which I'm happy. Magical Merchant, which is great. It's a nice way to speed through the deck. The biggest issue there is that Justin has the what's it called, the Sasuke Samurais. That could be an issue, but Magical Merchant is good to see. Alright, and here we get a Diffusion Wave Motion. So if I ever want to have my Witch of the Black Forest attack all monsters on the field at once, that's the way to go about it.
Alright, just past the halfway point. Honestly, not a bad start, so let's hope. Oh man, Tribe Infecting Virus. This card, oh man. It's not searchable by Sangan, but Witch is still legal for us, so I can search it with that. Just a 1-card discard to wipe a specific type. Man, that is so powerful, especially since Ricardo has double scapegoats in his arsenal now. So just having this to just 1 card clear everything, that's really good for me. Also, there's Wave Motion Cannon. I forgot this is in the set. I hope Ricardo doesn't take this route. I think I need to make sure I'm prepared for this just in case. There is quite a bit more burn cards in here, so I definitely need to think about that going forward. Oh, ultra rare. Not the one I wanted, but Chaos Command Magician. It's not that good right now. Oh, this is interesting. So Dark Paladin is an insane ultra rare. I won't be able to really hard summon this with like Poly or anything, but he's a level 8, so I don't know if he'll come up quite yet, but that's definitely an awesome fusion to add to the extra deck. YZ Tank Dragon. I don't think that's really relevant, but ooh, second My Body. I think that's only my second at least, but super glad about that. All right, third My Body, super awesome.
All right, so we got 2 packs left here. Another Ultimate Obedient Fiend. So I have a playset. So if I can pull a skill drain next week, we'll be good. But not much. Let's see what we got here. I got a playset of Ultimate Obedient Fiends, which could be useful heading into skill drain next week, but even then that's kind of doubtful. Got Kiryu, which I believe is the same stats of Curse of Dragon, but with the Union effect. Did I pull the Dark Blade? I pulled 2, so I mean that's an option, but Unions are Union monsters. I pulled way too many Magical Marionettes, but it is level 5, meaning it is a target for Balter, and it has a nice effect that increases its own attack with spell cards, which I have plenty of, so Magical Marionette might see play. 2 Giant Orcs, which again could be great next week if I pull Skill Drain. The highlight, of course, is our 1 Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Then a whole lot of trash. We got some Chick the Yellow, some Death Koalas, those are pretty interesting. Pitch Black Dragon, whatever, who cares. The Old Vindictives are nice. I got 2 Apprentice Magicians, so I think those are going to see play similar to the Pyramid Turtle way of play. I got a bunch of Magical Scientists that I don't want to really use. Magical Merchant. Got a bunch of Kaiser Colosseums, which Kaiser Colosseum might be the best bet I have to just lock Justin into some kind of one-on-one beatdown scenario. 2 Poison LDO Mans and the Bodies of Shields are both great to have. Trap-wise, there's not much. Again, I got the Rebellion Trio. Not sure what I'm going to do with them. Thunder of Rulers great to have, but the highlight, of course, is going to be that Breaker. I believe Dark Paladin is the only extra deck monster in this set. I mean, I have Metamorphosis, so it could see play. It would be my strongest monster, but I have to check my inventory for level 8s. The Ultimate Obedient Fiends are looking interesting, but really the big takeaway here is the Breaker, the Magical Warrior. I'm weary about Tribe Infecting. I'm weary about Magical Scientist and Justin's extra deck lineup, but I think I'm in an okay spot here, specifically the Breaker. As we head further and further in the GOAT format, that Breaker is going to be a big deal for me. I'm looking to change my luck this week, guys. We got hat-tricked once, let it not happen again. So that being said, it is time to start building.
Only a few packs left. This opening's been pretty solid. Like I said, there's not that many good cards, but there's just a couple little monsters sprinkled throughout that are kind of low rarity that I was hoping to hit. I only have the 1 Scientist though, but be nice to get more. Ooh, Kaiser Colosseum. I don't think I've seen any other copies of this now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe I missed it. I'll have to check on the overview. This is a funny secret rare. Defusion Wave Motion. Definitely not going to play it. I mean, the secrets here are kind of lame. The other one was Dark Magician Girl, so it would have just sat in the collection. 3rd Old Vindicted. Super cool. And I believe this is going to be the last pack. Breaker would be really cool. Last pack, huh? Oh, no way. Hold on, let me check this. Dude, the Breaker. This is so tight. I was honestly just joking around. Oh, last pack luck. What is up? Okay, I hit 2 meta-defining cards, the Tribe Infecting and the Breaker. I cannot be mad with how this opening went, honestly. Honestly, I don't think anybody could. This is like picture perfect. Sure, I could have hit more magical scientists, and hold on, let me check the Kaiser Colosseums here. I know I hit the one. Yeah, I think it was just one. All right, yeah, quick overview. Got the breaker, and I know somewhere up here is the tribe. Where'd you go? There he is, tribe. I know I got double Apprentice Magician with like a play set of Old Vindicted if I wanted to go that route. I got double My Body. I'm super happy about that. Actually, I might even have a play set of My Body. 1, 2, 3. 3 My Bodies. Awesome. I love that card. I got a play set of Rivalry. I got the one Magical Scientist. It's not 3, but by the time it does get banned, it's going to be nice to at least have the one. One Magical Merchant, I believe. Just a good flip effect monster, honestly. All in all, I'm really happy with this opening. I could not ask for anything else. I mean, obviously, I could have hit more Magical Scientists. I could have hit more Kaiser Colosseums, but I hit the Tribe. I hit the Breaker. I couldn't ask for any more. Those are like the 2 main cards in the set, honestly. Everything else, icing on the cake, including Dark Paladin. Super awesome.
All right, so Magician's Force is a pretty rough pack, but it did give me some pretty significant changes to the deck. So first thing we'll notice is that Summon Skull is not in the deck this week. And it's not that I don't love Summon Skull, it's not that I don't appreciate it, it's just that deck space is pretty tight and I needed to make way for Magical Marionette. And I know some of you are wondering, why Magical Marionette over Summon Skull? It's still searchable via Witch of the Black Forest, which is good. It's a monster that's going to gain attack from all of my spell cards, which is a pretty beefy lineup. And I have Dark Balter in my extra deck, meaning that now Magical Marionette is a way to get to that via Metamorphosis. Of course, Jinzo still returns as the main boss monster. We're adding Giant Orc to the lineup because we need a monster that can just swing over the Gravekeeper's Spies. Breaker the Magical Warrior's in because he's an absolute must at this era of the game. Don Zalug, thanks to the wheel. Kaiko, Witch of the Black Forest, and Sangan, self-explanatory. Our searchers are always going to be here. Jaugen, I need a way to get rid of those Gravekeeper Spies. It's kind of intense to go all out just for those guys, but they're a menace. Spirit Reaper, I need a great line of defense, especially up against something like Yatagarasu. I need something on field at all times, and they just gotta stick around. I cut the Pyramid Turtles just because with Dark Hole and Regeki and all of Justin's monster removal, effects that activate through battle just weren't really doing it. We got Cyberjar, the absolute must. Penguin Soldier at 2, thank you to the second starter deck Joey. The Hane Hanes are now gone, but Penguin Soldier is just a much better option. I could have gone with the Gravekeepers here, but I just felt like the Penguin Soldier was a better way to go. We're running 2 Apprentice Magicians because we have 2 Old Vindictives replacing the 1 Maneater bug. The idea with the Apprentice Magician is that it goes into both Old Vindictive and Magician of Faith, so I now have a nice easy way to get into my level 2 disruptions or recycle my spell cards. Spell card lineup is pretty much the same, but now we're running 2 Scapegoat because 1 was not enough. We're running 2 My Body's a shield to protect myself against things like Regeki and Dark Hole, 1 Metamorphosis. This card's pretty gimmicky right now. I really wish I had the Thousand's Eyes, but it's nice to be able to get a free search from Sangan or Witch in another body on the field, and Dark Balter of course is in the extra deck alongside Dark Paladin, which is a little gimmicky and I don't think it'll see play, but I'll explain it in a minute. Got the 1 Book of Moon. I wanted to have 2, but I really couldn't justify it, especially after the last game where I did draw the 2 and they didn't really help much. 2 Solemn Judgments because I need to negate that Yatagarasu at all cost. Mirror Force, double Raigeki Break, self-explanatory, still an amazing trap card, and of course Raigeki Break isn't out to any one monster in the game, easy to activate on Justin's turn as well as my own. Called the Haunted, I loved the revival. I got Monster Reborn, I got Premature, and I got Call. 3 ways back into my monsters from the graveyard, and of course Trap Dushoot, which did not get to see play last time, and I'm still pretty damn salty about it, but whatever. Alright, so now, the side deck. Second Metamorphosis, just in case I have the room for it in the second game. 2 Pyramid Turtles. I haven't given up on that strategy, it's just that I need to see what Justin is playing, maybe lure him in something false and sense of security in game 1. Now the gimmick, Turtle Loath and Crab Turtle. This is my only level 8 monster. It's somehow the only level 8 monster I pulled in the entire series. And I want to play Dark Paladin. They're probably not going to see play. Part of me wants to play them just so that I can say I summon Crab Turtle, but we'll see about that. Royal Oppression, again, the Gravekeeper Spies are fucking me up. I can't find another way to put it. They're bad. Summon Skull is now sitting in the side deck in case I feel like I need more firepower. The problem with Summon Skull is that we get him out, he gets popped, and then he gets revived to Justin's field. So I love the bastard, but it's pretty hard to keep him in if he's used against me. Second Book of Moon in the side, 2 Seven Tools of the Bandit, just because I'm afraid of things like Solemn Judgment in Justin's deck. 2 Just Desserts because Sometimes that burn damage is necessary, and when Justin has cards like Gravekeeper Spies, I might need these just desserts. 1 Spellbinding Circle just as life point protection, 1 D-Spell, and 1 Remove Trap. So these 2 are just back row hate cards. And of course, the side deck, the boy Charubin over here, Sangan target, Carb Warrior, that's a Witch target, Dark Balter, Magical Marionette target with a nice little beefy effect, and the situational as fuck Dark Paladin. I'm very concerned about this week. While Magician's Force did give me some upgrades to my deck, a lot of it is just okay. It's really not until next week that we get a lot of heavy hitters, and then the week after that is of course Invasion of Chaos, which will be really great. But until then, we're just gonna have to kind of make do with what we got. Hopefully the starter deck Joey is gonna come in handy here and give us the extra boost we need, but right now Justin's deck is scary because his draw power is insane, and his access to Yatagarasu in general is just insane, and of course Injection Fairy Lily is also a pain in my ass. So this duel is going to be interesting. Really, I'm just looking forward to the next couple of weeks because that's when things get interesting. But right now, we are trying to survive and not get hat-tricked again.
All right, guys, we had the best case scenario happen to us, and this is the deck I'm bringing today. I had a little extra time. I sat down. I really thought about what the heck I wanted to play, and I cleaned the deck list up a little from last week. So I'm going to go through the card by card real quick. It's nothing too crazy or too different from last week, so I'll try to go through it quick. But there are a couple notable changes, and obviously I pulled some amazing cards from this set. So starting at the top, of course, Jinzo, one of the best tribute summons in the game right now, just so influential in this format. I'm still on Dark Dust Spirit. It performed really well, and the fact that Ricardo's going to have 2 scapegoats this episode, this could come up again. After that, 3 Thunder Dragon. This card has been very clutch, just thinning the deck by 2 and giving myself discard fodder for stuff like Raigeki Break and the new Tribe Infecting Virus. It's honestly insane. After that, we are on 3 Gravekeeper Spy again. It performed pretty well last week, honestly. I know Ricardo knows I'm going to be on it this week, so we'll see how it performs. But worst case, it's just easy side out fodder. Again, Ricardo's going to have to pull pretty amazing. Even if he pulls a breaker of his own, it still can't run it over. So we'll see what route he takes this week. But if he hasn't changed much, then this card's going to be great. After that, of course, the 1 guard to go with the Spy. After that, we got the 1 Magician of Faith, staple, and we're still playing the Mystic Tomato alongside Sangan and Witch, just our little search package. And now the new cards added to the deck: 1 Breaker the Magical Warrior and 1 Tribe Infecting Virus. We hit the 2 jackpots of the set. Honestly, it took me a second to calm down after the opening. I could not believe I opened Breaker in the last pack. Breaker, just a 19 beater that's going to be able to pop back row. Adding more back row removal to the deck is just going to guarantee that Ricardo does not go back to burn. I think those days are done, at least until newer cards are introduced into the game. But we'll see if Ricardo ever goes that route again. And then, of course, Tribe Infecting Virus, not only being an out to Jinzo that is searchable by Witch, but also being able to wipe the board clean of scapegoat tokens is going to be super clutch this episode. We'll see if it comes up. Now, after that, I am on Sasuke Samurai in the main deck. I mentioned it earlier in the episode, and the more and more I think about it, this card is just so good for every strategy Ricardo has been throwing at me. Whether it's floaters or flip effect monsters, this card just outs every problem monster. And honestly, since Ricardo ran into my Spy multiple times last episode, he might go ahead and throw him in the main himself. So having this guy in the deck to get over Spy is going to be pretty clutch. Now, after that, we have the 1 Yatagarasu. Last week was pretty unhealthy, so we'll see if we can do it again. Honestly, anytime it presents itself, I'm gonna go for it because Yata is a powerhouse, and I'm super glad we got to demonstrate how powerful Yata really is. And after that, I decided to go with the 1 Injection Fairy Lily. Gone are the Zombiras, gone are the Gemini Elves, from the main deck at least. I felt the last few episodes, while Zombira has been really good, Injection Fairy Lily is just as good, if not better, especially since Ricardo has been shying away from burn. I feel like I can play this card more and more confidently every week. Just 18 monsters. Going on to the spells, we have the Draw Engine, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and Mirage of Nightmare. No Upstart, that's the only thing I wish I could have fit in the deck, but maybe next week we'll see how this deck list plays out. After that, the hand control stuff, Delinquent Duo, and Confiscation, obviously really good cards. And again, the removal stuff, Raigeki, Dark Hole, Nobleman Crossout, Change of Heart, Snatch Steal, and I am still playing Creature Swap. This is probably the card, again, that I've been debating about cutting for the last few episodes, but honestly, it's been performing performing okay. After that, we got the Monster Reborn and the Premature Burial, staple stuff, especially now that we have Tribe Infecting Virus. We have another target outside of Jinzo that's actually really threatening to bring back from the graveyard. After that, we have Book of Moon and MST, two amazing quick play spells that I'm super glad are in the deck. Moving on to the traps, we have double Raigeki Break still. This card was really good last week, and hopefully it'll do more work again with the Thunder Dragons, just free discard fodder. Torrential Tribute, just the board wipe. Ring of Destruction, we didn't really get to use it last week, so maybe we'll get lucky and get to see it this time. Solemn Judgment and Imperial Order, the two old men that say no. And Call of the Haunted. Again, I talked about Monster Reborn Premature Burial. Being able to not only bring back Jinzo, but now being able to bring back Tribe is going to be very scary for Ricardo. He's always going to have to keep that in mind. Now, moving to the side deck, we do have one Azura Priest. I don't know if I like this card or not. Last week it didn't come up, so I put it in the side in case Ricardo's scapegoats are just too much for me to handle this episode. I can obviously just put it in, and it's just another card to draw to help me get over everything. After that, I have two Swarm of Locusts. I don't know if I'll side this in, but if Ricardo goes heavy in the back row or heavy in the stall and burn, I know I have two monsters now that not only can pop back row, but can do it multiple times. I don't know if it'll come up, but I'm glad I have it in the side. After that, we got the three Zombiras. Again, if Ricardo has something that I feel like I need the 21 beaters for, it's in the side. The Double D spell and the Spiritualism, just the second best back row removal for Ricardo's continuous spells that I have. The one Swords of Revealing Light in case I feel I need it. The one Tribute to the Doom, just the weaker version of Raigeki Break at this point. And of course, the third Raigeki Break, just one of my favorite trap cards. And then the three Trap Death Shoot. I didn't even get to side these in last week. I won the die roll and then went second game too. So hopefully this week you'll get to see the power of Trap Death Shoot. Ricardo almost got to pull it off at the end of last episode. I don't know why I didn't even think about it, but if Ricardo would have been able to resolve that and get the Yada out of my hand, that could have been the one thing that got him back into the game. Pretty crazy, honestly. After that, just some extra deck cards, nothing really too crazy, nothing that I've changed immensely. I've just been throwing some cards in to look at just in case I ever did decide to play Metamorphosis. I did wind up pulling the Magical Scientist, but I think until my extra deck looks a little better, or if we get to a format where I can actually abuse it, then we'll use it. So that's it for the deck list, guys. It's nothing too different, but there's a couple added cards that I just feel like it's going to make this deck super consistent. I think last week demonstrated the power of Yada, so hopefully this week I can just demonstrate the power of this deck in another way. I'm super excited. I'm going to hit up Ricardo now and see if he's ready. It's time to duel.
All right, Ricardo, we're back. Another episode, dude. How was your opening?
Shit. This set sucks.
That's funny, dude. This set is so funny. Like, I was flipping through it, and there's good cards in it, but like for progression's sake, it really lacks a lot of like good generic cards. Kind of like Pharaonic Guardian. Like every card in that set, not every card, but like at least 50% of that set was like playable. Whereas this is like the polar opposite, where it's like maybe, would you say even a quarter of the set is playable?
You got Breaker, Tribe Infecting, Body as Shield, Apprentice Magician, Old Vindictive, and then you have a bunch of Amazons for some reason. The introduction of Union Monsters, which are all bad, and then Dark Magician Girl. The good cards are good and the bad cards are overwhelmingly bad.
Yeah, it's true. There's like maybe a couple rares that were okay. There's a couple commons that were okay. But yeah, a lot of the other stuff was like you mentioned, Tribe being like a super rare, and there's a bunch of super rares, so it's like it's hard to pull. What's another one? Breaker, like you mentioned again, but that's an ultra rare, so that's even harder to pull. And it's funny because those cards are like meta defining, and they get put to 1 on the ban list, but like the likelihood of like pulling them is very low. Obviously, anybody who does pull one is just like, you know, it really helps. But again, it's not like it's like essential to a deck strategy, but it's just more tech cards and more staples to kind of add to the card pool.
Yeah, I remember like back in the day, I was hunting for that Breaker, you know, pulling Magician's Force left and right. Me and my friend bought 2 packs, and I fucking pulled Chaos Command Magician, and he pulled Breaker, and I was like, this is bullshit. We literally bought them at the same time. That's the one card I want. Fuck you. I haven't forgiven you, Casey.
That's hilarious. You know, honestly, I was trying to think back, and like I remember having a bunch of these singles, like seeing the commons, but I don't think I opened a lot of this set as a kid, if I'm being completely honest. Like I have a couple singles laying around in like bulk from like way back in the day, but like yeah, this set for me doesn't really, I don't know. It just, for whatever reason, I did not open a lot of this set when I was younger. I'm not gonna lie.
I pulled a ton because I wanted the Breaker, but Dark Paladin was like my favorite monster. And then I bought that Duel Masters guide, the one with the Yugi Kaiba decks and the DVD that taught you how to play. And that came with the Dark Paladin. So I got that and I was excited. And then like the next pack of Magician's Force I opened was Dark Paladin. And I was like, cool, thanks.
Oh, nice.
Open countless for nothing, I guess.
All right, well, I'm super excited to see how this match goes. I'm super excited to jump into this. Are you ready for game one?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, man. Let's see. Let's go with this. Oh, another draw.
Playing mind games. All right. I didn't realize that paper is a winged beast.
I didn't even know they had types. Nice. All right, cool. I'm going to start this one going first. 42 cards, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, space is getting tight. Okay, so we're going to draw for turn. Go to main phase 1.
Yeah.
All right. Right off the bat, just a deck thin. I do have a Thunder Dragon, so I'm going to add 2 of them to my hand.
Yep. And I can't wait till the
solid
day
+1
that I can say Gamma.
Oh, man. Actually, do we even technically get that card?
I don't think
It's
we
a
do.
side set, right? It's a high speed riders or something like that.
Something like that. I think
Anyway.
most hand traps
All
are
right.
out of our reach for a while.
All right. After adding 2 cards, I'm just going to set 1, and I'm going to pass the turn.
All right, here we go. Opening draw. Standby main.
You're good.
All right, we're going to start things off with the old favorite, Pot of Greed.
Ooh, classic. And in the imperm column, you fool.
Oh, shit.
You're good.
All right, draw 1, draw 2. All right, cool.
Both starting off with a +1. That's pretty good. I would rather have had Pot of Greed, but it's cool, bro. It's cool.
I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Spirit Reaper to the field.
Ooh, okay. I do have to respond to that. I'm going to have to torrential tribute that.
That is fine.
You know, it's so funny. I forgot all about that card, but I remember you pulling. I think, didn't you pull multiples of this card?
Pull 2.
Reaper format was a pretty real thing, too. That's pretty scary.
I'm going to go ahead and set 1, and I'll pass turn on that. Yeah, I want to play Reaper, but he hasn't had the chance to shine.
Standby phase? Anything?
No, you're good.
All right. Main phase 1.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to start off. I'm going to normal summon Sandgan.
Yeah, that's good.
And we're going to poke.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pass.
All right. Draw for turn. I'm going to go ahead and set 1 and pass.
All right. Starting turn. Standby phase. Anything?
No, you're good.
All right. Main phase 1. All right. I'm going to start the turn and activate a Mystical Space Typhoon targeting your set card. Looks like I hit the goats.
I'm going to activate Raigeki Break.
Oh, it's not the goats. Okay.
And I will discard Magical Marionette to pop your Sandgan.
Sounds good. Hold on. What was that? Okay. Each time a spell card is activated.
Bro, you don't know Magical Marionette?
No, what the hell? What is this? Target one monster on the field and destroy it. So you get 1 every time a spell's. Okay, I see. You pop a card by removing 2 spell counters. Okay. Huh. All right. Sandgan effect.
Yeah.
Searching. I'm just going to add a witch to my hand.
Yeah.
And instead of normal summoning that witch, I'm going to normal summon my Sasuke Samurai.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a pretty good card. So I'll attack, and it's automatically destroyed before flipping it face up.
Damn. Rest in peace to the homie.
All right. Nice. Main phase 2, I'm going to set 1, and I'm going to pass the turn.
All right. Draw. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set 2. And then I will set 1 monster and pass turn.
All right. Sounds good. Starting turn. Ooh. All right. Main phase 1.
Yeah.
All right, let's bait some back row here. I'm going to attack.
I gotta activate Book of Moon on the Samurai.
Ooh, nice. Okay, Samurai gets set. Main phase 2, going to activate the one of my favorite spells, Nobleman of Crossout.
Oh, god damn. That one's gonna hurt.
What
So
did I
that's
get?
banished,
What did I
right?
get? Nice. Old Vindicted. I actually am not main decking Old Vindicted, so I don't have any copies in my deck.
Tragically, I am.
Ooh, 2 of them? 3 of them?
Yeah. Not just the 2.
Oh, okay. Okay, main phase 2, I'm going to still, or I guess after that resolves, I will set 1 monster, pass the turn.
Alright. Damn, that one hurts. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and set 1 and pass.
All right, starting turn. All right, we're going to go to main phase 1. I am going to flip summon to attack the Witch of the Black Forest.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go right to battle and poke for
1100.
And I'm just going to pass.
Alright. Not a lot I can do here. So I'm gonna go ahead and set and pass.
All right, starting turn again. Let's see. I think I'm just going to poke again.
Alright, for 11.
Yes, sir. As long as you don't draw monsters, I guess I can just keep poking. All right, main phase 2.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, and I'll set 1 more, and
Alright.
that'll be my turn.
At your end phase, I will activate Call of the Haunted.
What's your target there, bud?
Magical Marionette.
Okay, sure.
Alright, draw. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and normal summon Don Zalug.
Oh, interesting. Summon's good.
Alright. Battle phase.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and have Dawn attack the witch.
Okay, so I take 300. And hold on. Is this... You can. So you're optional, so you will be Chainlink 2. So you discard a card first, and then I search, because Witch is Chainlink 1 because it's a mandatory. So you'll have to be Chainlink 2 since they both activate at the same time. So Donzaloo, go ahead and let me shuffle my hand real quick, and you can rip a card.
So I'm going to go ahead and send this card.
Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, well. My
thank God.
Fairy Lily. And then my
You
Witch
search.
effect, I will search. This is tricky. I think I'm going to go with Jinzo.
Okay. Alright. And then I will have Marionette attack the Samurai.
You're good.
Main phase 2. I'm going to go ahead and set 1 and pass.
Okay. End phase, I will call the Haunted and target my Witch.
Okay.
All right. Starting turn. Ooh. I drew a pretty good card. We're going to start it off with the legendary Pot of Greed, man. Drawn 2.
Yeah, that's good with me.
Good with you? All right. Drawn 2. Oh. Oh, man. This is so crazy. All this draw power. We're going to go Graceful Charity next.
Yeah.
Drawing 3. All right. Thunder Dragons go to the grave now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just go ahead and tribute the Witch for this Jinzo and see if you have Solemn Judgment.
No, you're good.
Alright, so the only other thing you could really have is Book. Okay, with Witch, I am going to search a new card. I'm going to add to my hand Breaker the Magic
Ooh.
Warrior.
Okay.
So, Marionetter's at 2,400. And that's every spell card it gets bigger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Donzaloo gets pretty scared, though. Alright, I think To be safe, since you can't use trap cards, I'm just going to Raigeki.
Huh. Well, this is interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and activate my body as a shield.
Oh, man. Nice, nice spell card. Dang, it's kind of a bummer. But if I'm correct, you shouldn't have any monsters in your hand. So I'm going to let that go through. I think I'm going to enter the battle phase and attack Donzaloo.
Okay, so that's going to be 1,000.
All right, so let's see. After that, I'm going to go to main phase 2.
Yeah.
How big is your guy? 2,600 right now?
Yeah.
For each counter, it gets 2. And you can remove 2 to pop Jinzo, correct?
Yeah.
It's a little risky, honestly, but I think I'm going to go ahead and activate Confiscation. And I'm going to rip that card out of your hand.
All right. Jowgen goes to grave.
Oh, you did have a monster. Okay. And then I'm going to set one more card, and I'm going to end the turn.
All right. At your end phase, I will activate Scapegoat.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Is this their debut? No.
Yeah, this is... No, you did. You summoned him last game, I believe, but I think I destroyed him with like Dark Dust. Yeah, Dark Dust.
All right, there's my draw. All right, and this is at 4 counters. What are the chances you have a body as a shield?
It's a pretty good tech card.
I'm going to go ahead and just go to battle. And I'll have the 2,800 Marionette attack Jinzo.
Okay. That's 400.
And I'm going to go ahead and pass there.
So, do you have Solemn Judgment?
No.
Well, then that's game, bud. 2,800 to both of us. That's game.
All right.
Ring for game, baby.
I'm going to go ahead and take first. I'm glad that card is ratted. Fuck that card. All right.
Oh, man.
Man. All right, so here we go. Draw for turn. Standby main. I'm going to go ahead and set 1. And then I will set 2 and pass turn.
All right. Starting turn. Okay. First things first. Thunder Dragon again. Solid +1. It's crazy because I'm getting so much utility out of this card, and it's not even IOC yet with Chaos Monsters.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
All right, I'm going to get one more +1 if you'll let me.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Drawing 2. Okay. I think what I'm going to have to do is just set a monster of my own, and I'll also set a back row of my own. And pass the turn.
All right. Draw. All right, I'm going to go ahead and summon Donzaloo.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to activate Raigeki Break.
Ooh.
And I'm going to discard Magician of Faith to pop your monster.
Dang. All right. That's a bummer.
Ooh. All right. I will go to battle and attack for 14.
You know what? I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to take it, man. I'm going to risk it all. And let's see how lucky you get.
I'll activate Don's second effect, and I'll mill the top 2 cards of your deck.
Really? Milling, huh? What makes you want to mill?
I hate your deck.
You didn't want to take the 1 in 3 chance of hitting the Thunder Dragon, or what?
Nah. And then I'm gonna go main phase 2, set, and pass.
Another back row. What a bummer. All right. So standby main. Have anything?
No, you're good.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and normal summon Azure Priest.
Ooh. Yeah, that's good.
And let's see if I run into a Mirror Force. Attacking Don Salute.
That's exactly what's happening here.
Oh, man. Yeah, I had a feeling. To the graveyard. Main phase 2, I will set one more card, and I'll pass the turn.
All right, we're going to go straight to battle. And Dawn attacks for 14.
You know what? I'll take it again. Another 14.
Okay.
And do you want to discard this time, or are you going to mill again?
Let's think. So you've got 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. And go ahead and activate the first effect to discard.
All right, pick away.
All right, so they can't see it at home, but I'm rolling a dice on this one.
All right.
It fell off the desk, but the answer is a 2. So I will mill. I'll send this one right here.
Ooh, the die was very good for me. That's a fun one.
All right, then main phase 2, I will set 1 and pass.
Stop setting cards. I'm getting tired of this.
Got like 20 more weeks of this, bro.
I know, huh? Okay, main phase 1. I am going to normal summon Mystic Tomato.
Yeah, that's good.
Battle phase.
Yeah.
Crash.
Goodbye, my friend.
And then Tomato's effect to summon from the deck.
Yep.
1 dark, 15 or less. Here's the Witch. And still in battle. I just got to see what this is. I have a feeling I know what it is.
So that is Apprentice Magician. So Apprentice effect.
Yeah, the effect is good.
And I will set Old Vindictive.
That sounds good. I will set a back row and pass.
Draw.
Thinking on your standby phase, real quick.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
All right. I'll go ahead and flip summon the Old Vindictive.
Yep.
And I'll pop Witch.
Okay. Witch's effect to search now. Alright, I'm just going to add a breaker.
Yep. Alright, and then battle phase. Old Vindictive for 450.
That's a lot of heat.
And I will pass there.
Alright, starting turn. Ooh. Alright, I'm just going to summon the breaker, and with priority, I'm going to get a counter on him.
Yeah.
Alright, anything on the summon?
No, you're good.
Okay, I will use his effect, and I'm going to break the middle column.
I will activate Scapegoat.
Okay, sounds good. I don't know if you have a Jinzo in your hand, but if you don't, you're kind of locked out of playing right now. Unless you want to crash into me.
Nah. I'm going to Raigeki.
Raigeki's pretty good. But Imperial Order is a little bit better.
Damn, I'll have to take that. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and pass turn.
Alright, starting turn. Alright, I am going to pay the 700.
Yeah.
To keep my order alive. And you know what? I'm going to just go to battle phase. And I will attack your Magician.
Alright, so that's going to be... What is it, 1150?
Yes. Main 2, I will set a card. Pass.
Alright. Draw. Alright, I will set 1 card face down. And pass.
Sweet. Okay, starting turn. That's a good one. Okay, I will pay the 700 to keep order alive. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip summon Sangan.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attack 2 of your tokens. Sangan attacks first.
Right.
And then Breaker second. Main phase 2, I'll set a card. Pass again.
Alright. Draw. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set 1 and pass. This is what dying feels like, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. Mirror Force is gone. The worst card I could think of, maybe Raigeki Break. I'm going to pay 700 one more time.
Okay.
Next, I will flip summon Gravekeeper's Guard. Target the set monster. Bounce
Alright, so that goes back to hand.
And then I'm going to normal summon Yatagarasu again.
Oh no.
This won me a game pretty handily last match. So let's see how it does this time. Sangan will attack a token, and then Guard will attack a token.
So that's gonna be.
And
18.
now Yata directly.
Yep.
Oh, it goes through. No way. All right. Main phase 2 and end phase. The bird back to hand.
All right.
I did not think that was going to go through. I'm not going to lie.
No draw. And I have to set one monster and pass.
All right. Starting turn. See, this is tough because I feel like your set cards are like Book of Moon and maybe My Body, so it's like I want to pay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like the second I don't pay, I feel like you'll be able to stop me from playing when I can just keep poking. So, I'm gonna pay again because I feel like that's the correct thing to do. Instead of normal summoning Yata this turn, I think since you haven't activated any back row, I'm going to normal summon my Sasuke Samurai.
Ooh. Damn,
because I can't risk that being a jar, to be honest. And I'm going to go to battle phase and attack.
I think that's going to do it.
Ooh. The Spear Reaper, that's crazy. And then 1,000, another 1,000.
16.
And then 16.
So what am I at here?
Main
14,
phase
50.
2. I think I'll pass.
All right, here we go.
Yep. What you got, Ricardo?
Heart of the cards. Fucking worthless. Damn, that'll be game.
Oh, come on. Really? Oh, yeah. Show me all the spell cards. I'm guessing goats and book, or maybe goats in My Body. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I figured. That's funny, man. Good game, Ricardo. Good game.
Oh, my God. Fuck this game.
Right? It's funny because, like, coming into this, I really didn't know what strategy you were going to take. So my list this time around is actually pretty similar to last week's, minus a couple cards. I'm not going to lie. I really changed very minimally, like, stuff. The Sasuke Samurai, I actually moved to the main deck. Just because, or like, every card that's a problem for me that you have in the form of a monster is answered by this one card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you still will get stuff like Sangan and Witch, but I mean, like, you get that anyway, right? Yeah, honestly, the list is pretty much the same, besides a couple cards. I'll go ahead and show you. Main deck-wise, the Sasuke Samurai got put in, right? The Azura Priest was not in the main. I actually sided that in. I'm still on 3 Gravekeeper Spy in the main deck, just because it's a pretty solid, like, wall. And I've been feeling like I thought you might go that route also, but then again, I was like, you know, if you're on Spy, then that means you're not on, like, maybe the Apprentice Magician, or maybe you cut back on Reaper. It's like there's so many good cards to set now, and you have to kind of pick which route you want to go with your deck, and you have to, like, give up on some of the better cards. Like, I pulled 2 Apprentice Magician and, like, a playset of Old Vindicted, and I thought that was perfect because I was like, oh, I only have 1 Magician of Faith, so this essentially just got me 2 more copies of Magician of Faith. But then I thought back, and I'm just like, you know, Ricardo really isn't one to be aggressive and just start swinging into my cards. You know what I mean? So I just felt like while Apprentice Magician would have been really cool with the Breaker, being able to, like, add another counter on top of it, I don't know. I decided to cut it and not put it in the main. But other than that, the main deck's pretty much the same. I just cut some of the beaters for, well, you saw the Breaker, and then the other card I got that was actually relevant is, I don't know how lucky The breaker actually was my last pack. I'm not gonna lie, pack, I flipped it up, and I was happy because halfway through I pulled Tribe.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, this pack is garbage. I'm not pulling anything. And then I got the Apprentice Magicians. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I guess I could use this for Magician of Faith. And then I hit Tribe. I'm like, this is so perfect because it outs Jinzo and it answers his GOAT tokens. Perfect, right? I went through the rest of the opening and I was like, well, this was a hell of an opening. And then last pack breaker, I was like, no way. I lost my mind, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, so I got the Orc, and I was like, I don't like Orc, but I got to put it in because of the Great Creeper Spies.
Oh, wait a minute. You're not playing Yada right now, or is it on the field?
Oh, no, I took that bitch out. It does nothing against you. Because it does nothing against you. It does nothing against you.
What do you mean?
Every time I time seal you or I Yada you, you just go Pot of Greed, Thunder Dragon, Crystal Charity. And I'm sitting like, okay, cool. That's neat. So I said,
no,
fuck
that's
off,
just me
Yada.
being lucky.
I said, fuck off, Yada.
Here, I'll mill my deck too, so that way you can kind of see what I was playing.
This is the first duel where I drop Summon Skull for Magical Marionette.
That card was actually pretty decent. I was surprised.
Yeah.
It was an actual threat.
I looked and I was like, well, I play so many spell cards. I know you're going to play a ton of spell cards.
Right.
So I know I can beef this fucker up. The removal effect's obviously nice, but I was like, I just need a monster that can out Jinzo and still have some other sides. Because I was like, Summon Skull is great, but every time I summon that fucker, you pop it and then Monster Reborn it. And then I have to fight my own Summon Skull.
Right.
So I'd rather fight the 2k beater than the 25k beater.
Dang, the ace monster. And know what I also noticed was missing? Where's the Wall of Illusion, bro?
Yo, not gonna lie, got power crept by the Spirit Reapers.
But it's the MVP, dude.
Everyone's
this is the first game without it, right?
No, I don't think I had it last time.
Really? Oh, wow, I didn't even notice.
I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I stopped just because the deck space is so tight. And as nice as it is to have, I can't justify it anymore. Because I got 2 Penguin Soldiers now. So
right.
I got more than enough bounce effects. Then the Spirit Reapers are just better defensively. I got the 2 double old Vindictives now. And the Apprentice, I was just like, I like the card, but this little bastard right here especially is what made me not want to run it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good tech card, honestly. That card honestly overperformed immensely. But all right, man, this was a hell of an episode, man. I'm pretty excited with how my deck's been performing, so I'm curious to see how you're gonna adjust, because again, this is pretty much the same deck back to back, just a couple new monsters. So going forward, yeah, I'm excited to see what you do, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I gotta figure out a way to be able to play the game, basically.
Right.
Between Imperial Order and Yada, is an uphill battle.
Yeah, there's some pretty unhealthy cards in my deck. That's definitely for sure. All right, bud. I'm going to let you go. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for next week. We'll see what happens.
Yep. See you.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace.